Hello everybody and welcome to the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Now, I've yet to play either of these games. I'm a little late with it, I know. I've just been very busy lately, so I haven't had a chance to jump in. So we'll start with the Great Ace Attorney Adventures. Now, if you know... Oh, we got an opening cinematic here. I actually completely forgot that this was in the game.
The Empire of Japan. After opening its doors, a push for cultural transformation brought great waves of Western influence to this far eastern island nation.
Ah, and Japan did the same, just like a couple hundred years later. Japanifornia.
It was a period of great change, and some was swept away by the tide.
So we're in Ameripan? Japanifornia? Ameripan? I don't know. Ooh. I'm gonna have to diagnose him with a little bit of a small case of dead. And that's not good. You don't want that.
Was just the beginning of an extraordinary story.
And there's the pro tag. Oh yeah, if I pronounce the Japanese names wrong, I am so sorry. Okay? Let me know and I will fix it. But they don't pay me enough. I don't get paid anything to make these videos. I just do it for funsies. They don't pay me enough to really put all that much effort into pronouncing them right. So it's the 22nd of November, 8:43 a.m. We are in the Supreme Court of Judicature, Defendant's Antechamber number 5. Wow, damn. Japanese courts really go all in with these names, don't they? I still can't believe it. I still can't believe this is happening. How can it be that just beyond the doors to this quiet little chamber is the highest court in Japan, waiting to decide my fate? Oh, there's the bailiff. You got eyes, dude? How can you see? How do you know I'm looking at you? How do you know I'm looking at you? What? Oh, no, nothing. Save your glares, murderer. How does he know? He has no eyes. Like, I don't know if you can see my mouse, but he's got no eyes. How does he? Okay. My name is Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Ryunosuke? I think that's how you pronounce that, right? If I say it wrong, just let me know. I know it's not Ryunosuke because I'm kind of a little bit of a weeb, so Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Yeah, that's bad. Whatever, we're just going to move on. It's Ryunosuke, so let's just keep going. I'm a second-year student at the Imperial Yume University. That's nice. 3 days ago, I somehow found myself in the middle of a horrifying incident, and now here I am, awaiting my trial. That's enough! I don't know who's saying that. He's not obliged to listen to such abuse, officer. And who are you? I'm this man's lawyer. I'll be defending him today. Lawyer? Yes. And until the judge has given his verdict on the case, no one has the right to treat him as a criminal. Does the bailiff not know this? So you will hold your tongue. Getting minor Simon Blackwell vibes from this guy? It's minor, just 1%. 1%. Technicalities. Look at you. You haven't even graduated yet. And yet, I still seem to know better than you... Sorry. And yet, I still seem to know better than you how a court officer should behave. Damn. He just roasted him. Right, Ryunosuke? Oh, yes, of course. Sorry. Does he have a crush on this guy? I could see it. No, look, dude. You know they're an elite character when their bandana just flies with no wind. The windows are closed. The windows are closed, and somehow it's flying in the wind. What are you apologizing to me for? Oh, yeah, he just have a crush on him. No, I suppose that wasn't my fault. But really, Kazuma, I never meant to drag you into this. I'm sorry. Okay, he's got an easier name. Kazuma. He's gonna be Kazuma. There's probably a different way to pronounce that. But, yeah, Kazuma. That's his name now. Ha ha ha. There you go again, apologizing. Just like always. Though I must say, you've been all over the newspapers these past few days. Yume University professor murdered in cold blood by student. Look, dude, if they give you an F, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Show those other professors that you ain't messing around. But obviously, you didn't actually do it, did you? I mean, I had the gun. I was right there. The gun was kind of pointing at him, so, I mean, did you see the intro cinematic? Of course not. You have to believe me. I didn't do it. I could never murder someone. You can't even talk to your crush properly, so I see that. Then there's nothing to worry about. Straighten yourself up. Hold your head high. You mean... I believe you. I know you're innocent, Ryunosuke. Ryunosuke. It's Ryunosuke, not Ryunosuke. Whatever. Ryunosuke. Kazuma Asogi, my best friend. Also in his second year at Yume University. But he's far more clever than I. A star student, in fact. He's even a qualified lawyer. Impressive, considering he's still an undergraduate. Damn, don't they have, like, accelerated programs? Or do there's, like... Okay, whatever. It's not that impressive. The very concept of lawyers is only a few years old. Here in Japan, anyway. Oh yeah, that's true. My qualifications don't mean much. Yet. You said exactly the same thing 3 days ago. But I'm proud to have a friend like you, Kazuma. Truly. 3 days ago, yes. That's when all this started. Oh, you're on a date. That's nice, that's cute. Congratulations, Kazuma. It looks like you're going to get to study abroad at last. I know, I've been forever dreaming of this day. Finally, those government elites have acknowledged my academic achievements and success in court. So you'll be representing Japan as you immerse yourself in the most sophisticated legal system in the world. I'm really happy for you, and proud, as your friend. There's not a soul in the university who doesn't know Kazuma's name, and you're on a date with him, dude. You gotta consider yourself lucky. He's a living legend. It's like there's some mysterious aura billowing around his temple. I want to bring about change in our own legal system. That's why I have to cross an ocean, to see the real thing with my own eyes. The heart of the British Empire. I wish I could see it too. Bro, I don't know about that. The British Empire didn't do a lot of good, let's be real here. I don't know if you want to... Alright, whatever. Then come with me. Well, then again, the Empire of Japan did worse in a shorter period of time. Whatever. We won't get into semantics here. We'd have a wild time tearing it up in the streets of Her Majesty's cities of London together. You get thrown right into the gulag, buddy. Oh, wait, that's Russia. Whatever. If only it were that simple. Oh dear, look at the time. I better be going. Alright, I'll see you later. I think I'll stay and enjoy this place a while longer. Good idea. He's going to be fantasizing about their next date. After all, it's not every day you get to visit a high-class Western restaurant like this. See you in English class tomorrow, then, partner. That's nice. It was straight after that. That's when it happened. Someone popped a cap in that professor's ass then, huh? Actually, it was probably his face. Let's be real here. Asogi, may I have a word? Oh, there she is. I don't remember her name, but there is... Every Ace Attorney game needs a young girl side character to be your sidekick. Every single one. Every single one. Professor, I didn't know you were coming. Well, this case has personal significance to me, but never mind that for now. Asogi? You should go immediately to the judge's chambers. To His Excellency's chambers? Why? He was looking for you before. You advocating for the defense in this trial was a sudden decision. It seems there may be some confusion about procedures today as a result. Who is this man? I don't know, but look, dude. You gotta any man with that mustache, you gotta trust. I feel as though I've seen him at university before. I see. I'll go at once then. I shall accompany you. Alright then, Ryunosuke. I'll see you in the courtroom. Yes, thanks, Kazuma. It's probably Kazuma. It's probably Kazuma, let's be real here. I watch enough anime to know. You know what? Whatever comes off the tongue is coming off the tongue. Kazuma, Kazuma, whatever. I don't even care. Ugh. This is awkward. If I may? Yes, sorry? You must be the defendant. Ryunosuke Naruhodo, I believe. Please stop. Please, can we get to England faster? Yes, that's right. My name is Yujin Mikotoba. I'm a professor of forensic medicine at Yume University. Ah, Professor Mikotoba. I've heard that name from Kazuma before. As I recall, he's been pushing to get the government to agree to Kazuma studying abroad. Asogi has told me about you. You and he are best friends, I understand. What? As such, I feel you should know. Know what? Well, as you've no doubt heard, Asogi has been granted permission to go and study in Great Britain. However, if he should fail to defend you in today's trial, I'm afraid that that permission will be revoked. See, listen, because this is Ace Attorney, I already know all the cards are going to be stacked against us. It's going to look like we did it, and it's going to look like this is an impossible trial to solve. So why would you hinge this on his ability to for him to go study abroad? That seems like stakes for no reason. What? Like I'm already on like a death row at this point. As I suspected, you were unaware of this. I had a feeling Asogi may have chosen not to tell you. Why would he do that? That's kind of a dick move. He's agreed to defend me, knowing that if he fails, his dreams will be shattered? But I don't understand. Why would the government do such a thing? The administration has to choose from a large number of applicants for overseas study. It's very difficult to persuade them to grant permission, even in the most favorable of circumstances. I don't believe it. But I didn't do it. I swear it. I'm not a murderer. Yeah, you're probably not, to be honest. This isn't that one game where you're actually a fake protagonist and the other guy is the real protagonist. So it's not one of these games. I'm sure that's true. Nevertheless, I can assure you that providing your innocence, we've already provided it, we are innocent. I can assure you that proving your innocence will be no easy task. You see, there are certain peculiarities about today's trial. Wow. Sorry? What do you mean? Is this the suspense theme? Sorry, what do you mean? You'll soon understand once proceedings get underway. Why can't you just tell me? But then what should I do? Well, naturally, I'm not going to suggest doing anything that could lead to a conviction. Right, so as soon as the trial starts, the judge will pose a certain question to the defense. When that happens, you must answer before anyone else. You must say, I do. I do? Will we get married? But what will the question be? Surely not, do you accept the accusations brought before you? Of course not. Defendant, it's time to duel. Court is about to begin. Proceed to the courtroom at once. It would seem our super... Can you stop with these big words, dude? Discussions are about to be cut short. Like, I'm an English major, and I don't know what these words mean. I probably shouldn't be playing this while having a massive headache, but it is what it is. So allow me to summarize. Kazuma Asogi must not be the defense lawyer in this trial. Of course, as the defendant, the final decision is yours. What are you waiting for? Do you want to be found guilty for failing to appear? Get moving. There's no point in anyone advocating for the likes of you anyway. Isn't this like in the 1800s? Let's just go overseas and they won't find us. This is it. If this trial goes badly, Kazuma's dreams of studying overboard are over. And what's more, I'll be found guilty of murder. And so, with absolutely no idea of what lay ahead, I embarked on that unforgettable trial. Well, you're talking to me in the past tense, or sorry, in future, like you were saying that in the past tense, so I mean, we're gonna win, so. My one and only chance of proving my innocence, the trial that would decide my destiny. They really go all in on the anime aesthetic, huh? Okay, it's still the 22nd of November, still in the morning, and we're still on the Supreme Court of Judicature, courtroom number 2 now. See, there's no way the windows are open. There's no way how is that happening? How is that he transcends the mortal plane clearly. So this is a courtroom. Aren't you a law student? You've never seen one? You haven't gone on like a field trip? The Supreme Court of Judicature. No court in the land has more power. I don't much like the look of those people sitting in the public gallery. Yeah, they all look the same and they all look like they're in the military. Lots of military. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Okay, they actually commented on that. Lots of military and other uniforms are in there. The powers that be have demanded that this be a secret trial. A secret trial? A trial that's closed to ordinary members of the public. Only military and government officials may attend. What? But why? It'll become clear in time. But for now, why does nobody explain anything to me? You need to concentrate, Ryunosuke. It's about to begin. Damn, he slammed that shit down. He slammed it down real good. I saw that was powerful. Yeah, that was powerful. The court will now hear the trial of Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Ouchie. Yeah. Haha, how funny. You're clearly a pain. The prosecution is ready, Your Excellency. As is the defense. Before we begin, there is one point of order I would like to confirm. Yesterday evening, the defense made a last-minute request for a change of advocate. That's correct, Your Excellency. I made the request myself. Normal procedure is for the defendant's advocacy to be decided 2 days prior to trial. As this is an unusual circumstance, I'm obliged to ask for final confirmation now. Who advocates for the defendant in this trial? I do. Oh, I just realized I wasn't reading that. You guys can read, whatever. I need to answer quickly. What should I do? I do. Your Excellency, no confirmation is needed. As I am standing here by the defendant,
Yes!
I hope it's Yes! Yes! He looks like gonna shit his pants. What is the meaning of this unruly outburst? I would like to inform the court that I, Ryunosuke Naruhodo, will be defending myself. Dude, he does not look prepared for this. Even Phoenix looked better at his first ever trial. You'll be what? What are you playing at, Ryunosuke? Professor Mikotoba told me everything, just now, before the trial. He did what? He said that your dreams of studying abroad would be dashed if you were to lose. How sad. It means you don't have faith in me. You think I won't be able to get you off. Hey, no, he wants you to get him off. He wants you to get him off, deep down. No, it's not that, really. It's just that, well, on the off chance that things don't go well for me, I couldn't bear to be the reason that you... Yes. I knew that's how you'd feel, which is exactly why I decided to not tell you. Tsk, Professor Mikotoba shouldn't have stuck his nose in. Powerful. That is powerful. I hope the British guy is just as good. Very well. The court hereby recognizes the defendant's desire to advocate for himself in today's trial. Well, well. Does the accused admit defeat already? Renouncing his own counsel? Really?
Objection!
Make no mistake, counsel. This merely shows that the defendant's innocence is so apparent, he's confident he can speak for himself. Isn't that so, Naruhodo-san? Oh, yes, exactly. Exactly what I wasn't thinking. I'm not confident at all. Yeah, I wonder if, like, Takumi wrote this. Did he? I don't even remember, because that sounds just like Trilogy Phoenix. That internal voice. In fact, my mind's a complete blank. I realize you're in charge now, but still, try not to look so bewildered. Well, for a mere university student to be brought before the Supreme Court, you must have perpetrated a most heinous crime indeed. As you are no doubt aware, this is the Supreme Court of Judicature of Japan. It's got two ofs, that's how important it is. Accordingly, the highest standards of conduct are expected of all present. Do I make myself clear, Defendant Naruhodo? I've pronounced it different every single time it's come up, and I don't even care. Yes, Your Excellency. It is therefore my duty to assess your competence for the task you have under... Oh, this is how we learn about the court record. I know all about the court record. He's questioning your ability to do the job. Well, he can't be questioning it more than I am. So, let's start with the very simplest of questions. Yes. Kindly state before the court the name of the victim in this case. Well, that's easy enough. I've heard his name more times than I care to remember. But, wait. Ugh, I'm so nervous I can't even remember that. What was it again? Ryunosuke? Okay, I know we can't lose in the first trial, so I'm gonna purposefully fuck up. Let me guess, your mind's gone blank? You know me so well. All the relevant information for this case can be found in the court record. Where else? But I can't even find that. Pretty sure it's C, right? Oh, E. No, I can't. It doesn't work. Whatever. Just consult that. It's all in there. I just have to press E for the court record. Alright. There's no time to lose. Yeah, shut up. I want to look at the evidence. Whatever. You'll find details about the victim in here. When you're done, just press Z to go back. Alright. John H. Wilson. That's the guy. Okay, we're gonna purposefully mess up, though. Now, you'd better not keep His Excellency waiting any longer. Go on. Find the victim in the people section of the court record, then press R to present. Try it now. Okay, so I think it's ouchie.
Yes!
Yes! The victim was none other than ouchie. It's ouchie. Then who's the uptight, bespectacled topknot standing opposite? Who's a bespectacled topknot? Sorry. For some reason that just came out, even though I know it's wrong. Perhaps you're unaware that I am master of the Agent No-style sword art. A pathetic child like you would be sliced to pieces before he even came close to taking my life. I wouldn't provoke that proud Edo spirit. He might draw his blade on you. I thought courtroom sparring was supposed to be done with words. I must say, you are not instilling the court with much confidence here. Quickly, give him the correct answer before he turns his gavel on you. Yeah. No, it's you. You did it. Yes! I love how he raises his hand to talk. The victim was none other than Kazuma Asogi. Objection! Oh, then why is that pompous-looking boy with the billowed headband standing there next to you? Oops. Oops doesn't do that justice. Not content with having killed Dr. Wilson, you're now claiming my murder as well? I haven't killed anyone. Then concentrate and actually read the court record before you answer. I must say, you are not instilling the court with much confidence here. Quickly, give him the correct answer before he turns his gavel on you. Yeah, whatever. I got it. It's Mikotoba. Yes! The victim's name is... Stop. You're just saying a random name that you come across in the court record, aren't you? How did you guess? It's blatantly obvious from your wide-eyed look of bewilderment. I must say, you are not instilling the court with much confidence. Okay. I mean, wouldn't he have... I've said all the names, so... Wouldn't he have already turned his gavel on me? The victim's name was Dr. John H. Wilson. Haha. Well, at least you can remember the name of an esteemed member of your own university. Dr. Wilson was a visiting professor from England, invited to Yume University 3 years ago. Indeed, which is the reason why this case has such profound implications. The British Empire is at present our country's most valuable foreign ally. And as most of you will be aware, we have just signed a new treaty together after lengthy negotiations. There can't be anyone who hasn't heard of the Anglo-Japanese Treaty of Friendship and Navigation. Well, I haven't heard of it, so let's look it up. Anglo. Oh, it's actually real. Kind of. Whatever. We'll skip past that. And yet, despite these delicate circumstances, the blood of an Englishman has been spilt on our soil. You two are both undergraduates at the Imperial Yume University, are you not? Murdering a professor from the very institution that provides your education. Have you no honor? Ugh, but I didn't do it. This case is coming under a great scrutiny from our allies on the other side of the world. The court therefore wishes for a speedy resolution to this matter. In other words, our feeble government is scared of upsetting England's policymakers. And you're a convenient and expendable scapegoat to blame for this crime. So that's why this trial has these unusual peculiarities. Is it? Exactly. Our government needs to convict someone as quickly as possible. All because the victim was an Englishman. Yes, Dr. Wilson was an Englishman. Really? That sounds like a Korean name to me. But nationalities and treaties won't make any difference for me here. The fact is, I was there at the scene of the crime. Can we cross-examine somebody already? Yeah, we've been past this. We've been through this. Oh, you can view the history? I get it. I don't even remember. Can you do that? Can you do that in the trilogy re-release? You must. It's the same engine and whatever. Yeah, see him in English class. That's where we left off. The British Empire. Wow, it's incredible to think. Wait, I've seen that man at university. I'm sure he's a visiting professor from Great Britain. I don't know his name, but still, I should go and say hello. You shouldn't have done that. So I went over to the professor's table and introduced myself to Dr. Wilson. Now then, let me pose my next question to you, Defendant Naruhodo. Yes, Your Excellency? How did this professor of medicine, Dr. John H. Wilson, lose his life? I actually know that he died. State before the court the cause of death. The cause of death. Well, obviously, that was, dude, I know it's for first-time players, but, I know. I've played the series before. I know. Yeah, I know. Come on, let's get to it. Let's get to it. I always hate these first cases because of this. It's the Post-Mortem Report.
Yes!
Yes! Well, according to this document, the victim suffered a hemorrhagic death due to gunshot trauma. It's hemorrhagic. In the West, a doctor dissects corpses to identify the cause of death in an autopsy. But here in Japan, a police officer merely inspects the body and draws conclusions that way. Oh, I see. As long as I'm not going to be tested on any of this later. This is a so-called photographic print of the scene of the crime. Yeah, he got shot. You can clearly discern scorch marks around the bullet hole produced by the powder explosion. In other words, we should assume that the victim was shot at close range. Thank you, counsel. The court will accept this modern scientific evidence into the record. This is like the first time you're using it? Like, pictures have existed for a good while before this game. So that's a photographic print. Well, that's something I've never seen before. Are you sure? This takes place in the late 1800s. It's clearly superior to a drawing. The detail is incredible. Very well. I'm satisfied with your answers. Let us start the trial. Thank you. Let me cross-examine someone, please. It's the best part. Certainly, Your Excellency. So, without further ado, in order to better apprise the court with the facts of this case, the prosecution hereby calls its first witness, who was there at the scene of the crime when it happened. This is it then. I think I may have worked out what the professor had in mind. The professor? You mean Dr. Mikotoba? Yes. Clearly, you're the defense lawyer today, not me, but that doesn't mean... Well, I can still act as your assistant. Ah, of course. When he was speaking with me before, he simply said, Kazuma Asogi must not be the defense lawyer in this trial. He really has been sticking his oar in, hasn't he? His oar. Maybe, but any help you can give me would be greatly appreciated, Kazuma. Well, my first piece of advice is, rein in that crazy look of bewilderment and control the cold sweats. Only if you rein in that crazy headband and control the cold stares first. Seriously, dude, there's no windows open, there's no fans, there's no way fans exist like that. Like, I mean, Ouchie has a fan, but not the same way. Whatever. Oh, it's this guy. Yeah, he did it. He clearly did it. Just look at him. He did it. Witness. Oh, this is, of course, my name is Satoru Hasunoga. Hasonaga. Satoru Hasunaga. That's his name. I'm the head waiter at a Western-style restaurant called La Carnival. Man, you think you'd have, like, a better name. Like a British name. Oh, he's dying of lung cancer. Are you alright? You seem to be coughing up some, blood? It's a regular occurrence. It really doesn't bother me. Dude, you're gonna die. That's like lung cancer. As everyone knows, the capital's southeastern quarters was developed for foreign visitors some years ago. It's become a very fashionable district now, full of hotels to accommodate overseas guests. This grim crime occurred in one of the district's so-called restaurants, an Occidental eatery. Occidental? Occidental? I don't even know how to say that. There's too many big words. 3 days ago. Understood. Hasanaga-san, you will kindly tell the court everything you can about the incident. At once, sir. Yes, let's get into this cross-examination. And no petty introductions from the aspiring lawyer boy, please. Then how am I supposed to cross-examine? Oh, perspiring maybe, but aspiring? It was just after 2 p.m. on the day in question. We have a few diners at that time of day. The lunchtime rush was over, and there were only 3 tables still occupied. That fits in with my memory of it, too. There was hardly anyone else in the place. Ahem, ahem. It was when I was in the kitchen, putting away crockery and cutlery. A gunshot rang out, so I hurried out to the dining area to see what had happened. I found the victim, an English gentleman, slumped in his chair. And standing immediately beside him, gun in hand, was the accused university student.
Yes!
Yes! You can't say yes to that. That means you're saying that you did it. Hold on. Let me just clarify something here. While I did pick up a gun that I found lying on the floor beside the professor, I didn't shoot him. I believe I asked you to refrain from petty interjections. I believe I asked you to refrain from that absolutely disgusting haircut you have on your head, but you clearly didn't either, so whatever. The court wishes to listen to the witness's report of what he saw, you amateur, but the next time you interrupt at an inappropriate time, you will be penalized. Defendant Naruhodo? Oh, I said that with terrible spacing. Don't worry, Ryunosuke. You have your chance to fight back. For now, we must just quietly listen to the witness. Ugh. If I may confirm one point, waiter, standing beside the victim with a gun in his hand was the same man we saw here in court today? Or we see here in court today? Yo, can you go to the doctor? You're gonna die because no chemotherapy or anything, but go to the doctor. Yes, without question. Yeah, I see. And apart from the accused, was there anyone else standing beside the victim? You, when you shot him. No. There was no one else around at that table, but the deceased Englishman and the university student. Huh? Wait, what did he just say? There was no one else around that table. What's the matter, Ryunosuke? That's just not right. When I went over to Dr. Wilson to say hello... Oh, he was with a girl. There was a woman sitting opposite him at his table. Really? And that's not something the waiter could have missed. I've been warned about interjecting, but still. What should I do? Just wait and see, you'll cross-examine later. I desperately want to say something, but I was told not to interject. Ryunosuke, if your parents tell you to study, you're the kind of man who would diligently get to work, aren't you? I suppose I am. I'd never have gotten into Yume University otherwise. But you can't just always follow the rules in life, you know. Oh, so I picked the wrong choice. If you don't say what you want to say right now, you'll seriously regret it when you're found guilty. Alright, you scared me. I won't forget that piece of advice in a hurry. And there is something I want to say. I'm just going to shut my eyes and say it. Just a moment, please. Dr. Wilson wasn't alone that day. I'm sure of it. There was a lady sitting with him at the same table. Dear me, dear me. What are we going to do with you? With your blatant disregard for court proceedings, I'm beginning to wonder if you're not a fraud. Could it be that the accused, this mere student, is not a real lawyer after all? But I'm sure of what I saw. Hosonaga-san? Hosonaga-san? Is there any chance that you're mistaken? Perhaps your memory of events is hazy? No. The deceased gentleman came to dine alone. I don't believe it. I actually have a rough plan of the restaurant as it was that day. Please, have a look if you'd like to. Let me see. Ah, a sketch of the establishment's layout. Drawn by yourself, I presume. That's right, I'm afraid I used the back of my business card. It was a turbulent situation. However, as you can see, the gentleman in question was seated alone. Well, you're clearly a very conscientious waiter. I got a headache. I'm tired because I made that Phoenix Wright video today, the character analysis. So I ain't too up on the reading. Thank you, sir. Those videos are hard work. Gotta write out the whole script, do all the research, record, edit, all that. Took me about 3 hours from the time I started recording audio, then editing and whatever. And that doesn't even count the week it took me to write the script. The court will take this plan and add it to the court record as evidence. Oh, well, is there a problem? It's probably your only business card, isn't it? Hand the plan to the court officer at once. Of course. Here you are. What was that about? He's been completely calm and collected until now. Something clearly seems to have shaken him. The waiter's business card has been entered into the court record. I want to take a look at that before I do cross-examination. So, the court has now heard a precis of the case. Yes, at the moment the gunshot was heard in the restaurant, the only person in close proximity to the victim was the defendant on trial today. It would seem we are looking at a black and white case here. I think you mean close and shut, but whatever. Defendant Naruhodo? Yes, Your Excellency. If you admit your guilt at this stage, the court is willing to look mercifully upon you. We'll only get life and not death. Yeah, they just don't want to say I'm going to get killed. I called this waiter as an unsworn witness in order to explain the details of the case to the court. But I must warn the defense, if you are determined to pursue matters further in this trial, the prosecution has decisive evidence from sworn witnesses who were present at the scene of the crime. What do you think I should do, Kazuma? What do you mean? Well, I'm going to be found guilty one way or another, it seems. Wouldn't it be sensible to plead guilty at this stage and hope for a more lenient sentence? Everyone keeps telling me that this trial is unusual about these peculiarities. You said it, Professor Mikotoba said it, and so has the judge and the prosecution. I'm scared of what lies ahead if I push this. He's like, you pussy bitch. As I said from the outset, I believe you're innocent. I trust you. And yet, despite knowing that, you're willing now to throw that trust back in my face. Is that it? What? If the accused is in fact innocent, then a defense lawyer is duty-bound to prove that innocence by whatever means necessary. Are you just going to abandon that duty? Are you going to give up on yourself? The battle hasn't even begun yet, Ryunosuke. What? The defense pleads not guilty, Your Excellency. We invite the prosecution to stop making empty threats and bring out its witnesses. We'll see just how decisive this evidence really is. Oh, he's doing the point. He's doing the point. Indeed. Prosecutor Ouchi, please continue with proceedings. Well, you were warned. The young can be so reckless. You know, many call me a saint, but I can be a devil when I want to be. Ugh. In a few short moments from now, that dumbstruck young mouth of yours will be silenced. Forever. You're gonna kill me? The prosecution calls it, you're gonna kill me right in the middle of the court. You're gonna say, this is what you get for killing this guy. You're just gonna shoot me. You're just gonna pull out a gun and shoot me right in the middle of the court. That's no way for a prosecutor to be. Very well, officer, bring forth the witnesses at once. Yeah, do so, officer. Oh, it's two of them. Witnesses, kindly state your names and occupations for the court. Okay, actually, before we do anything, I want to open the court record. Can I? Does that do anything? Oh, examine space. Can I? No, I want to turn it around because he was clearly scared about that, so I'm mighty suspicious. Also, what does this diagram tell us? I don't see what this diagram tells us. It doesn't show. Doesn't show him. Whatever. Let's take a look at this photo. Yeah, he's clearly shot, dead. Nothing there. Okay. Bullet did not pass through the body. We'll remember that. If they're gonna put that detail in there, we're gonna have to remember that. Yes, sir. The Great Nippon Imperial Army Sergeant Ayasa Nosa reporting for duty, sir. Myself, I find employed as a purveyor of fine articles of antiquity from the efflorescence of our nation, Nippon. And I can chuck. Okay, I'm just not even gonna. Yeah, whatever. An antique dealer and a soldier. What an unusual pairing. Both of these gentlemen were present at the restaurant on the day in question. They must have been the diners at the other table that the waiter mentioned. Myself, I habitually take tea of the most expensive aroma at the establishment in please I'm not even gonna read him. I'm not even gonna read him. I can't understand a word that old man is saying. He's an antique dealer, and it sounds like he's a regular at La Carnival. He seeks out potential customers who may have an interest in antiques and tries to sell his wares to them. He obviously targets La Carnival because it's a high-class restaurant with rich clientele. And y'all were affording that? Right, I see. Although, to be honest, that sergeant looks more like he'd be a seller rather than a buyer. I cannot believe y'all would be, affording that. Now, you both witnessed the precise moment of this most atrocious incident. Is that correct? Affirmative. The enemy unit was seen attacking the foreigner in what can only be described as an act of war, sir. It was that black uniformed rogue infantryman over there who unloaded his firearm, sir. This man is as possible to understand as the other. But I'm almost sure I heard a strange noise during that last thing he said. So, this is the decisive evidence the prosecution was threatening. The soldier is claiming that he actually saw the precise moment you shot the victim dead. Yes. Well, are you starting to feel uncomfortable? If I'm honest, I was feeling uncomfortable from the start. Now, the court will hear your formal testimony, please. You will state everything you saw at the precise moment that the incident occurred. Sir, yes, sir. Standing by to report, sir. Unsavory memories of a most... Witness testimony. I was ingesting a regulation beefsteak at the restaurant while having a tactical discussion with the old man. Myself, I was extolling the virtues of a particularly fine golden curio to the military gentleman. At that precise moment, a firearm was discharged. I observed the enemy's actions in my own eyes. The black uniformed varsity cadet fired the English civilian. And from the back, the cowardly little weasel. Shot him in the back? Wait. That's where the contradiction is. The bullet's clearly in his front and it didn't go through. Well, I can't believe I already found it. I already found the contradiction. Dude, he's got a baby. Like, where's his baby? Yes, sir. Yeah, whatever. Where's his baby? Whoa, he's got a knife. I'm not even gonna read him. I don't even have the brain power to do that right now. But this is ridiculous. I didn't shoot anyone. Is that really true, Ryunosuke? Yes, all I did was pick up the gun that I saw lying on the floor. After I'd said hello to Dr. Wilson, I went back to my table and sat drinking some coffee. Then, when I'd finished, I got up from my seat to leave the restaurant, when I noticed an English-made gun next to the chair where the professor was sitting. I thought perhaps the professor had dropped it, so I bent down, and just as I was picking it up, bang! Got his ass. Well, if that's the truth, there is obviously a criminal on the scene somewhere. And somewhere in these two witnesses' testimonies, there's a clue as to who that criminal was. There is? Ryunosuke, you must exercise your right to cross-examine the witness. Cross-examine? Do it now. As we have heard, Your Excellency, there is no room for doubt in the testimony of these witnesses. The defendant is clearly guilty. It is time to bring this despicable student to justice. Certainly, the testimony the court has just heard eliminates any vestige of doubt. Therefore, it is my grave duty to declare the verdict of this trial. Dude, have you ever... You're a judge. How do you not know I get to cross-examine? What in the name of the Emperor is the meaning of this outburst? The defense demands its right to a cross-examination. Why? This isn't... Dear me, dear me. Let me guess. The Hachimaki headband boy next door told me to do it. How pathetic. Huh? How did he know? The prosecution objects. This is a clear waste of time. The defendant obviously has no experience. How can he possibly carry out? What kind of backwards ass kangaroo court BS is this?
Objection!
So I just get to be guilty? The defense is asserting its right to a cross-examination. Whether or not you think he's capable of it is irrelevant. Ugh. Kazuma is so commanding. Damn, he's in love. Very well. Let the defense conduct a cross-examination of the witnesses. Next time, because this video was already way too long. So, thanks for watching, everybody. See you in the next one.